Okay, so coming onto your back, close your eyes. And just begin to follow your breathing in and out of your body. Let's begin now to deepen our breathing. So inhale, fill belly, ribs, and chest. And exhale as you reverse that. Let's layer on the ocean sound, the ujjayi breath, which is like fogging a mirror with your mouth closed. And we'll begin warming up our hips. So let's bring the right leg in, we'll give it a little squeeze, move it around a little bit. So as most of you have heard me say in the past, there are 3 areas that we need to target to do back bend work. The hips, or deep back bend work, the hips, the back, and the shoulders. So we'll start with the hips, and generally we need to get into the hip flexors and quads. Let's switch sides, so we'll do the left leg. And a great way of doing that, my favorite way of doing that, is with what's called the cattail pose. So let's take that left leg up toward the ceiling and we'll drop it over to the right. Prop our head up on the right hand. Take that leg back, bend the knee, reach back, grab that foot and pull it in as we find that stretch in the front of the right thigh. Now the left leg could be straight or bent, it could be high or low. And we want to find that stretch and then use that slow, deep breathing that we're doing to release tension from the front of the hip and the thigh. Good, let's release that foot and we'll come to the other side. So taking the right leg up this time and we'll drop it to the left. Prop your head up, move the legs apart, bend the knee, reach back, grab the foot. You should feel that stretch. Might also feel it in your back a little bit because again, all these areas are interconnected, the front of the hip and thigh and the back. So in yin yoga, this is a shape that we would hold for 3 to 5 minutes to really let the posture release deep into the muscle and connective tissue and joints. So when we're doing vinyasa, it's very important we combine the breathing with the stretch because we won't be here as long. And in a sense, this isn't completely accurate, but in a sense, the breathing speeds up the relaxation process for us. So it allows us to hold stretches for a shorter amount of time and get some of the same benefits that we would from, say, holding a yin stretch for 5 minutes. All right, let's release that leg and we'll come back onto our back. Let's do a tiny bit of core activation here. So bringing both legs in now and take your hands under the hips, the palms down, extend your legs up, lift the head and neck, and exhale, lower the legs. And then inhale, draw them in and extend them up, and exhale, lower. Okay. Now, if you'd like to work a little harder, then lift the legs very slowly instead of bending them, and exhale again very slowly. So slow and controlled is very, very powerful with this type of movement. Okay, so just coordinating the breath of the movement. As most of you have experienced, we have some faster movements that we're doing in the class these days, but those are the exception rather than the rule. So most of the movements we'll do in a more slow, controlled manner. Good. Now, the next time our legs are raised, let's exhale a third of the way. Take a breath there. Lower a third of the way. Take a breath. And lower, it's hovering just above the ground. Take a breath. Good. Exhale, relax on your back in Shavasana. Take a breath there. Okay, so better to prepare us for today's back bend, the specifics of the back bend, I wanted to try a different stretch than we might normally do for back bend work. So we'll take the right arm and bend it, slide it underneath your back. And what you're looking for is to feel a little bit of something in your shoulder. So if you already feel a stretch in your shoulder, you can just stay right there. You don't need to do anything else, okay? So I'm bringing my hand up as close as I can to my shoulder blade. Palm is down, okay? And from there, if I don't really feel much, I bring my legs in and then I drop them to the right. So it's my right arm and I'm dropping my knees to the right. It's almost like a spinal twist. And now I feel more sensation in this shoulder. To do even more, I can bring this left arm around. Okay, so I can bring my left arm, pull my left shoulder off the ground, and that will increase this is called internal rotation in that shoulder. Now you need to be careful with your shoulders. They can't take as much force as the hips can, so we want to be gentle with them, okay? All right, let's inhale back to center, and we take the left arm, same thing, palm down, slide it under the back as close to your shoulder blade as you can, and then bring those legs in and drop them over. And again, the more your right shoulder comes off the ground, the deeper the rotation will be in the left shoulder and arm. All right, let's come on back to center and we'll rock and roll up to seated. Let's come into a tabletop. We'll warm up the spine now with the cat-cow. So inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round the back, crown of the head down. Repeat that simple movement as many times as you'd like, but when you're done, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and then just pedaling back and forth, walking out your dog, rolling the toes, circling the ankles, bending the knees, kicking the legs. When you're finished, coming into your full expression of down dog, fingers wide, palms flat, hands shoulder width or wider, heels hip width reaching toward the ground directly behind the toes, and the chest drawing toward the feet. With the exhale, we'll walk our feet toward the hands as we come into ragdoll. You can grab the opposite elbow there, nod or shake your head. You can sway your hips or bend your knees. And then with the arms relaxed, we'll inhale and come up to stand in preparation for a few rounds of sun salutation. Okay, so feet touch or hip distance. Inhale, arms up, touch palms, lift the heart. And this is our first held back bend in a class that focuses on back bending. So let's take a few breaths here, feeling from the pubic bone through the chin and trying to create that even stretch along that front plane of the body. And let's inhale back through center and we'll exhale to the forward fold, placing the palms flat, bending the knees as much as necessary and letting the neck relax. On the inhale, we come to fingertips or take hands to shins as we lengthen out the spine. As we exhale, planting the hands, stepping the right foot and then the left foot to the top of a push-up for plank pose. In plank, make sure you align your ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels in one straight line. Make sure your shoulders, your palms are directly below your shoulders, okay? We'll drop the knees for this first push-up so we can focus on the arms. What I'd like you to do, if you're able to, is lower your shoulders to the level of your elbows and not below that. So you might find you can't go that far. That's fine. You can be up here, you can be up here, but we don't want to go lower than the elbows. We take a breath here, and then as we exhale, we come all the way to the belly. Once you're on your belly, bringing the feet together and gently pressing them into the mat, on our inhale, we'll lift the hands, head, neck, and chest. And we're just isolating the back here. So as we've been doing recently, we'll repeat this movement a few times. So we exhale, coming down, and then inhale, lifting back up, activating that posterior chain, and then exhale down again. We'll do 3 more. Good, this last one we'll hold for 3 very slow, deep breaths. So take a nice deep breath in. One. 2. And 3. Good. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. From down dog, let's inhale to the toes. We exhale, step or jump to the front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. We'll add a side stretch. So grabbing the right wrist. Exhale, hips to the right, arms to the left. Stretching your right side evenly from the hip through the wrist. Let's inhale back to center and we'll exhale to the other side. Same thing here. Good. Inhale back to center and exhale to forward fold. Let's inhale to half lift, and as we exhale, step the left foot and then the right to the top of a push-up. All right, so this is the top of the push-up. The bottom of your push-up is not actually on your mat. It's where your shoulders reach your elbows. So again, you can drop your elbows or your knees for that, but you can also do it with your knees up. So you can try that here. Exhale, lower to the bottom of your push-up, so not to the ground. Take a breath, and then exhale all the way to your belly. Okay, so when I say all the way into your belly, that's when you come all the way down. All right, this time, as we inhale, we press into the hands for Cobra, but we'll leave our pelvis on the ground. So if I let my pelvis lift up, it looks a lot deeper, right? But I can actually tell, I can feel in my back, it's not as deep in my spine, okay? So the visuals can be misleading in yoga. That's why we don't really want to look. We're not worried about what it looks like. We want to feel it in our body. Good, exhale, come on down. Now, if you have trouble with push-ups, inhale to tabletop and exhale to down dog. If you'd like to do a push-up here, then on your inhale, try and lift your knees, hips, and chest at the same instant. So inhale, top of the push-up, exhale, downward facing dog. All right, inhale to the toes, exhale, step, jump, float to the front edge of your mat. Inhale to standing back bend. Exhale, stretch the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch the left side. Inhale, center. And then exhale, arms straight out in front of you. Okay, so these are called Baitaks. This is one area where you can breathe more quickly. You can move more quickly if you like. The way to do a Baitak is you reach back, kneel down, brush the earth as you inhale back to the start position. So our arms aren't way up here, just out in front, okay? And then exhale and inhale. So you can go quite quickly. Good, let's inhale up to standing, and then we'll exhale as we sit into an imaginary seat for chair pose. Inhale, standing back bend, up and back. And exhale, forward fold. So inhale to half lift, and exhale right to the bottom of a push-up. Okay, so again, not to the ground. And then inhale, straighten arms and legs for up dog. So again, up dog looks like a deeper back bend, but that cobra is actually working the spine more intensely. The exhale, let's do a push-up on our way back to down dog. Okay, this is the last of our warm-up sequence. These are called duns. It's a combination of up dog and down dog, but the way we do it is what's important. So, bending the elbows, come very close to the ground with your face. Inhale, pull yourself through to the up dog. Then exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, pull through the hands, and exhale back to down dog. And again, you can go rather quickly. Okay, so let's come back to down dog now, and we'll start to do some standing work. So feet touching, we'll inhale the right leg up and back. Three-legged dog, foot flex, toes, knee, and hip pointing straight down. Exhale, lunge, and then inhale up into crescent lunge, Ashtha Chandrasana. So this is a pose we do often. The front foot and knee are pointing straight ahead. The knee lunges over the heel. The thigh approaches parallel. The back heel pressing toward the ground behind the toes, back leg straight. Left hip forward, right hip back. Arms up and back, shoulders up and back. So it's a back bend. You're looking up. Feel that stretch of the front of the left hip. So again, hip flexors, very important for back bending. All right, as we exhale, let's bend those arms. Inhale up to stupa. We'll exhale to crescent. And we'll just flow back and forth a few times between these two. All right, as we come back to the front of our mat, let's inhale, step the back foot in till both heels are grounded. Both legs are straight, both hips are square to the front, the arms are overhead, and then as you exhale, bring your hands behind you. Now, traditionally, you would join your palms together behind your back, okay? Crossing the right thumb over the left thumb, in what we call a reverse prayer. I don't know if you can see that or not, right? But a lot of people can't do that. So instead, you reach with the right arm below the left arm and try and grab the opposite wrist or opposite elbow. All right? So this is pyramid. We do this one a lot, but not usually with the arms. But today we're trying to open up those shoulders a bit. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, you'll hinge from the hips and come forward and down. And guide your forehead toward your knee. It may or may not reach, but it's the direction you're going in. Now, if you're really unsteady here, you can release your hands to the ground or a couple of blocks. Good. Let's inhale back up and then exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward dog. All right, side two, feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, lunge, and inhale to crescent lunge, and take a few breaths there. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bend those arms. Inhale up to stupa, and then exhale to crescent. Good, we're just gonna repeat that simple two pose vinyasa a few times. Remember, the repetition helps the body get to its true maximum. Okay, inhale, step it in. And then exhale, the left arm under the right, again grabbing those elbows or joining the palms, left thumb over right, and folding forward into pyramid. Good. So inhale, stand back up, and exhale, bottom of the push-up. Make your way to downward dog. All right, so let's do a little back bend work here. Exhale onto your belly, laying flat. And we'll do the half bow Ardha Bhekasana here. So with the arms extending out in front of us, legs behind us, we'll bend the right knee and reach back and grab that foot, ankle, or shin. Okay, the left leg and arm stay on the ground. Take a breath and then inhale, kick up and back, pulling you into the bow shape. Good. Exhale. Come on down. Turn your head to one side. Take a breath. And then bending the left knee, reach back, grab that foot, exhale. And then inhale, kicking up and back. This is floor bow, Dhanurasana. Good. Exhale, come on down. Turn the head to the opposite side. And then from there, you can go straight back. You can vinyasa back. Just eventually make your way back to downward facing dog. Okay, from down dog, we inhale to the toes, exhale to the front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale to the bottom. The push up, make your way to down dog. Okay, so let's continue building our standing flow. Feet touch, inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge, and inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, bend those arms. Inhale to stupa, and then exhale to crescent at the back. Good. From there, we inhale and step in, and then exhale as we come into our pyramid pose. Inhale, stand back up, and then exhale, step back into crescent. Let's repeat that again. So we inhale up to stupa, and we exhale into crescent lunge, facing front. Good. Inhale, step it in, and then exhale into your pyramid. Again, reverse prayer or grabbing the opposite elbow. Okay, and then from there, we'll try keeping the arms as they are, but we'll inhale into a warrior three pose. So we try and get the torso and the leg parallel with the ground, the foot flexed with the toes, knee, and hip pointing straight down. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, bottom of your push-up, and make your way to downward facing dog. Let's do the same on the other side. So feet touch, we inhale left leg up and back. Exhale, lunge, and we inhale to a crescent lunge. Good. Exhale as we bend the arms. Inhale up to stupa. Exhale to crescent lunge. Inhale, step in, and then exhale to pyramid with the arms behind our back. Good. Inhale, come back up, arms overhead, and exhale, step back into crescent lunge. Let's repeat that. Inhale up, we exhale to the front. Inhale, step it in, and then exhale, hands behind our back as we fold forward. Okay, and then from there, we inhale and lift up into a warrior three with our hands behind the back. Good. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to down dog so you can vinyasa back. All right, from there we exhale onto the belly, and we'll take a look at half frog here. This is preparing us for doing the standing version. Okay, so the standing version will be more challenging because we'll be standing up on one leg. So prop yourself up on your elbows, have the elbows directly under your shoulders, and take your left forearm across the front edge of your mat. Okay, then bending the right knee, reach back, and we apply pressure down on the foot. Notice my elbow is pointing straight up because I'm pushing down. So we did bow earlier, which looked like that, and now we're doing frog, which looks like this. You can take the fingers, turn them around, and grab your toes with your fingers. And again, you just apply pressure down gently until you feel a stretch at the front of your thigh, and maybe you feel a little bit in your back. If you want to go into a deeper back bend, place the left palm on the ground and then straighten that arm. And this is Ardha Bhekasana, half frog. Good. Exhale, let's release that, and we'll repeat on the other side. So the right elbow under the shoulder, the forearm across the mat, left knee bends, we reach back, we apply pressure down gently. So we're opening up that left hip and thigh. And then again, I can go into a deeper back bend by straightening my left arm, or my right arm, sorry. Good. Exhale, release. And then from there, you can make your way to downward dog. You can vinyasa, you can go through tabletop. You can go straight back. All right, from here, let's inhale to the toes, exhale to the front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, push up on your way back to down dog. All right, let's see if we can put everything together in one last flow. So with the feet touching, we inhale right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge, and then inhale to crescent. Exhale as you bend those arms, and then inhale up to stupa. Exhale to crescent at the back. Inhale, step in preparation for pyramid. Exhale, hands behind your back as you fold over for the pyramid pose. And then inhale to a warrior three with the hands in reverse prayer. Exhale, step back and fold over, pyramid. And then inhale, stand up with your arms overhead. And exhale as you step back into crescent lunge. Good. Inhale to stupa. And we'll repeat that at the front. So exhale to crescent lunge. Inhale, step in preparation for pyramid, and then exhale to pyramid pose. Good, and then inhale, come into warrior three. And with the next inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Good. Exhale, relax your arms to your side. So let's do the standing half frog here. Okay, bouncing half frog. So the feet touching, shift weight to the left foot, bend the right knee. Reach back, grab the foot, and then push the foot forward. Notice again, my elbow is pointing back. That's what we want to see here. So I'm not doing that. That's a dancer or bow pose. So foot forward. Again, I can grab the toes if it's accessible to me. Inhale, left arm up, and then exhale, hinging from the hips into balancing half frog. Head, neck, and chest forward. Belly facing the ground. Heel toward or beyond the buttocks, toward the ground. Good. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bottom of the push-up. Let's try the other side. So feet touch. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, two crescent lunge. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent at the back. Inhale, step in. And exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale to warrior three with the hands behind the back. Exhale to pyramid with hands behind the back. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. Exhale, step back into crescent lunge. Good. Inhale, stupa. And exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, step in, arms overhead. And exhale, hands behind you. Palms together. Folding over. Ideally in one breath. And then inhale, warrior three. Take a breath there. And with the next inhale, come all the way up to stand. And exhale, relax those arms. Good. So let's shift weight to the right foot. We bend the left knee. Reach back. Again, apply pressure forward, okay, to the foot. So we're not kicking back. The leg is passive. The arm is doing the work. Grab the toes if you can. Inhale, right arm up, and then exhale into your standing half frog. Good. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, release the pose. Beautiful work, everybody. Okay, let's make our way onto the belly, and we'll take a look at full frog next. So to do full frog, we simply do both legs at the same time. So coming all the way to your belly, bend both knees, reach back, grab the feet. And then again, if you can, turn the hands around so you're grabbing the toes. Apply pressure downward, and then use that to lift you up into the back bend. Good. Exhale, come on down. And when you're ready, press back into child pose. Hips to heels, forehead to the mat, arms by your sides. Good. Let's inhale up to the tabletop position. We'll exhale, coming back into down dog. And from down dog, we'll bring the right knee toward the wrist, the hips back, and the torso up and back for pigeon. You want to feel it here, also a little bit in the back. And if you want more intensity, you can bring the back foot in, which is very similar to the frog. So what we were just doing in the frog really is essentially the same stretch there in the back leg in pigeon. Okay, let's inhale to a three-legged dog. Exhale to down dog. And we switch sides. So inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bringing that knee forward, bringing the foot across the mat. We'll stay up today. And again, you can bring the back foot in if you like. Good. From there, we inhale to our three-legged dog. And exhale to a kneeling position for camel, preparation for camel, another back bend. Okay, so our knees and feet are hip distance. You can tuck the toes if you'd like. Hands to the low back. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, begin going back, and possibly you can grab the heels, ankles, or calves. And you can also possibly let your chin drop back. Good. Inhale, come on up, and then exhale, sitting on your heels. It's Vajrasana. Just take a breath there. Okay, rabbit is next. So take a nice deep breath. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back. Bring your forehead as close to your knees as you're able to. Grab your heels. And then inhale, lift the hips up until the arms are straight. And very little weight is resting on the crown of the head, but the back is deeply rounded. Good. Exhale. Bring those hips back down, and inhale as you roll back up to seated. All right, let's bring our hips back up, turning to face the side of the mat for Parigasana, the gate posture. Okay, so we'll take the left leg straight out to the left. I'm not mirroring, just so you know. And we'll inhale the right arm up and exhale the left arm down the left leg. Now we want to feel two things here: stretch in the waist and also the inside of the thigh. Look up and to your right, rolling that shoulder back. Good. Inhale, come on up, and then exhale as you bring that leg in. We'll switch sides. Same thing, gate posture. Inhale, left arm, and exhale, stretch. Good. Inhale. Let's come back up. And exhale as we pull that leg in. Cross those ankles and sit back as we roll over the legs, bringing them out in front of us. All right. Okay. From here, let's do Paschimottanasana. So our legs are nice and straight. Okay. Spine is straight. And we inhale, arms up. And we exhale, forward fold. Good. Arms to the ears. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, hands behind, fingers pointing forward, toes pointing forward. And inhale, lift the hips as high as you can. Purvottanasana. And exhale those hips back down. Inhale, arms out in front, and exhale as you roll back onto your back. Good. We'll go ahead and bring both legs in now. Give them a nice squeeze. And then extending arms to the side. We'll take both knees to the left as we look to the right. And we inhale back to center and we exhale, knees off to the other side as we look the other direction. Good. Inhale, knees back to center. And just exhale your feet to the ground. All right, we have one more back bend here. This one potentially our deepest, but remember that you have options. So we'll start with something more gentle. So feet and knees hip distance, very close to the hips. And then as you inhale, you lift your hips up, interlace fingers, join palms, and shrug the shoulders under. Okay, and that is the bridge. Okay, generally fairly accessible back bend for most people. So you can hold here, but you can also release your hands alongside your head and opt for the wheel pose. Good. With an exhale, gently coming down to the earth, whichever pose you were in, just as your knees knock in against one another. Take a deep breath in, exhale with a sigh. Let your knees drop gently side to side a few times, releasing your back. And then you can hug your legs in. Good. From there, take the hands under your hips with your palms down. And just extend the legs straight up. That is Saral Viparita Karani. Very safe, again, very accessible inversion. You could rest your legs on a wall. You could put a block under your hips, make it even easier. If you want to go a step further, then lift your hips up, swing your toes toward the ground behind your head. If you can, interlace fingers and join the palms behind your back like you did in bridge. And that is Halasana, plow pose. So you could stay there, or you could go one step further, taking your legs up into shoulder stand. All right, with knees bent, let's just very carefully, gently bring ourselves back down to the ground. And the counter stretch for these inversions is the fish. So legs are together, feet are flexed, toes pointing up. With the palms up, slide your fingers under your thighs, press into the elbows, lift your head, neck, and chest up, arch the spine, and just rest the crown of the head ever so gently on the ground. Good, release and exhale back onto your back. Bring your feet in and grab the soles of the feet, happy baby. And you can roll on your back. You can extend the legs one at a time or both together. And after you've given yourself a good stretch, unwind onto your back in Shavasana, corpse pose.